Remember when music was better? When people were kinder? When life was simpler and the world made more sense? When you were happier, more carefree? When everything just felt right? Here's an uncomfortable truth. None of that is real. Nostalgia isn't memory, it's fiction. And your brain is the unreliable narrator spinning tales about a past that never actually existed. Let's start with what nostalgia actually is. The word comes from the Greek nostos, meaning homecoming, and algos, meaning pain. It was originally considered a medical condition, a form of melancholy that could literally make people sick with longing for home. Swiss mercenaries in the 17th century were actually discharged from military service for suffering from nostalgia. Doctors thought it could be fatal. They weren't entirely wrong. Nostalgia is a kind of sickness, not of the body, but of perception. It's your brain's systematic distortion of reality, and it's far more manipulative than you realize. Here's how the con works. Your brain doesn't store memories like a video camera. Every time you recall something, you're not playing back a recording. You're reconstructing an event from fragments, filling in gaps with assumptions, expectations, and current emotions. It's less like retrieving a file and more like writing historical fiction based on incomplete notes. But here's where it gets sinister. Your brain has a built-in editor that systematically removes the bad stuff and amplifies the good. Psychologists call this rosy retrospection bias. You remember the warmth of summer vacation but forget the boredom, the mosquitoes, the family arguments. You remember the excitement of your first relationship but forget the anxiety, the miscommunication, the awkward silences. Your teenage years weren't actually better. You've just forgotten how confused, insecure, and powerless you felt most of the time. You remember the freedom, but not the acne, the social anxiety, the crushing uncertainty about who you were supposed to become. But perhaps the cruelest trick nostalgia plays is this. It convinces you that happiness exists somewhere other than now. It teaches you to live in a constant state of temporal exile, forever homesick for a place that never existed, while ignoring the actual life unfolding around you. Consider how this works in real time. Right now, as you watch this video, you're probably not thinking, "This is amazing. I'm living through the golden age of having unlimited access to human knowledge through a device that fits in my pocket." Instead, you're probably taking it for granted while longing for some imagined better time. The generation before you is nostalgic for their youth. The generation after you will be nostalgic for this exact moment you're living right now. This time you consider ordinary, difficult, or disappointing. Nostalgia is particularly insidious because it masquerades as wisdom. Things used to be better, sounds like insight, but it's actually a cognitive error. It's your brain protecting you from the uncomfortable truth that life has always been a mixture of joy and suffering, progress and setbacks, beauty and ugliness. The real tragedy isn't that the past was worse than you remember. It's that the present is better than you're allowing yourself to experience. While you're busy mourning a fictional golden age, you're missing the actual golden moments happening right now. Here's what's actually true. Every era has its problems and its pleasures. Every generation faces challenges and discovers solutions. Every moment of your life contains possibilities for joy, connection, and meaning, but only if you're present enough to notice them. The cure for nostalgia isn't to stop remembering the past. It's to stop believing your memories are documentary footage when they're actually creative writing. Appreciate your memories as beautiful fiction rather than historical fact. Enjoy the stories your brain tells you about better times, but don't let them convince you that better times don't exist right now. Because here's the final irony. Someday, if you're lucky, you'll be nostalgic for this very moment. You'll remember this time as simpler, happier, more meaningful than whatever future you're living through. And you'll be just as wrong then as you are now. The only moment that actually exists is this one. Stop waiting for it to become a memory before you decide it was worth experiencing.